Before I draw my snowflakes, I'm going to write my name on my paper right here at the bottom. Now I'm going to start drawing some snowflakes. I'm going to start by drawing a letter X, and then I'm going to draw a line through the middle of the X. And that's your basic snowflake shape to start out with. So it's an X with a line through it. It doesn't matter if you draw that extra line vertical or horizontal, just as long as it's going through the middle of the X. Snowflakes have 6 sides to them, so you'll notice that we have 6 lines going around. Now I'm going to start making a design on each of my snowflakes. And I'm going to treat those lines, or those sections between the lines, as 6 separate places where I can make a design. So I'm doing a straight line across in each section here, and I'm making sure that the design is the same in all 6 of the sections. So all the way around. This is called radial or rotational symmetry. This is something that snowflakes actually have in real life. No matter how you turn the snowflake around, the design looks similar all the way around. It looks the same. It's symmetrical. So that's why it's called radial or rotational symmetry, because no matter how you rotate the snowflake, the design is the same all the way around. So I'm doing the same design on each of those 6 lines or between each of those 6 lines. Make sure it's symmetrical all the way around. Please work on making your snowflakes unique because, as the saying goes, no 2 snowflakes are exactly alike. You can draw as many snowflakes as you can in the amount of time I'm going to give you. So you might end up drawing 4 or 5 snowflakes, or maybe even 20. We'll see. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to put a placemat underneath your drawing. You're going to get some tissue paper. It's called bleeding tissue paper. And you're going to get some water and a paintbrush. And what you're going to do is you are going to dip your paintbrush in the water. You're going to lay pieces of tissue paper down on top of your snowflake drawing. And you're going to gently dab water on top of the tissue paper so that it's all wet and it sticks down on the paper. You need to make sure to get water covering the entire piece of tissue paper. No parts of the tissue paper should be dry. Soak the whole thing. That way it'll stick to your paper better. And as it dries, the color from the tissue paper is going to bleed or soak into the paper and color it. So it's kind of like painting with tissue paper. So again, the whole piece of tissue paper needs to get really wet. So make sure the whole thing is covered with water, or else the colors won't bleed very well. And you might just end up with a white piece of paper when you're done. Now you're putting the tissue paper on, it's sticking on. We are going to let it dry with the tissue paper on, so do not try to peel off the tissue paper at all. When it dries, it'll fall off on its own and the color will be left behind. So this is what mine looked like after it dried and the tissue paper fell off.